Come with me, if you will, on a gentle journey. We are leaving the ground behind. Here, high above the earth, the world takes on a different form. The noise and hurry of our daily lives begin to fade. We are ascending into the calm, open sky. Below us, a city of quiet beauty reveals itself. This is Fredericton. It is the capital of New Brunswick, a province in eastern Canada. It is a place cradled by a great river and cloaked in a vast green forest. From this vantage point, we can appreciate its simple, elegant design. A city not of imposing towers, but of gentle harmony. The first and most magnificent feature to greet our eyes is the river. It is the St. John River. The Wolastoqiyik, the indigenous people of this land, call it the Wolastoq. This means the beautiful and bountiful river. From our aerial perch, we can see why. It is not a straight line, but a series of grand, sweeping curves. It moves with a slow, powerful grace. It is the lifeblood of this city, and indeed, this entire region. It shines like a ribbon of polished silver, reflecting the vast blue sky above. It has shaped the land, and it has shaped the lives of everyone who has ever called this place home. Observe its width. It is a truly mighty waterway. It carries with it the rains and snows from a vast watershed stretching far into the north. Along its banks, we can see the deep, rich soil that makes this valley so fertile. For centuries, this river was the main highway. It was the route for trade, for travel, for communication. Now let us turn our attention to the structures that span this great river. The bridges of Fredericton. They are like stitches, elegantly binding the two sides of the city into a single whole. From our high perspective, they appear as delicate lines drawn across the shimmering water. Each one has its own character, its own story. The most prominent is the Westmoreland Street Bridge. It is a modern, functional structure. A steady stream of tiny vehicles flows across it. It is the workhorse, the main artery carrying the pulse of daily life between the north and south sides. If we drift eastward, another bridge comes into view. This one is different. It is the Bill Thorpe Walking Bridge. It has a more slender, intricate form. This bridge has a fascinating history. It was once a railway bridge carrying powerful steam locomotives across the river. Now it has been reborn. It is reserved for people. We can see them now, walking, cycling, and jogging across its length. There is one more major crossing, the Princess Margaret Bridge, further to the east. Together, these three bridges form a triangle of connection. Let us now lower our gaze to the south side of the river. Here lies the heart of Fredericton, the downtown core. From above, it is a remarkably green space. Unlike many city centers, it is not a dense jungle of concrete and glass. Instead, it is a neat, orderly grid of streets, softened by a canopy of mature trees. The buildings are, for the most part, of a modest and human scale. There are few towering skyscrapers here. The most prominent spires belong to churches, their slender forms reaching towards us in the sky. The green is everywhere. Two large parks anchor the downtown area. To the west, we see Officers Square. To the east is the much larger expanse of Odell Park. This is a truly special place. It is a remnant of the old-growth Acadian forest, preserved right in the middle of the city. Between these two parks, and running along the riverbank, is another ribbon of green. This is the Green, a simple name for a beautiful public space. It is a wide, open lawn that follows the curve of the river. It is Fredericton's front yard. It is a testament to the city's commitment to public space and to its relationship with the river. Now, let us allow our gaze to drift away from the downtown core. Let us explore the places where people make their homes, the neighborhoods of Fredericton. On the south side, spreading out from the center, we see quiet, tree-lined streets. The houses are a mix of styles. There are grand, historic homes from the Victorian era, with their intricate details and wide porches. There are also more modest modern bungalows. If we look across the river to the north side, we see a different pattern. The neighborhoods here are generally newer. The streets are wider, and the houses are more spread out. There are many crescent-shaped roads and cul-de-sacs. This is the city expanding, growing, yet even here the trees are abundant. Each home seems to have its own patch of green. There are small parks tucked away between the houses. It is a landscape of comfortable, family-oriented life. We can also see the signs of community life, the schools with their playgrounds and sports fields, the community centers and swimming pools, the small shopping plazas where people run their daily errands. What is remarkable from our perspective is how green everything remains. We are not looking down upon a sea of grey concrete and asphalt. We are looking at a city that seems to have been gently placed within a forest. From our high perch, we're in a unique position to see the layers of history. Let's look again at the downtown area. One building really stands out, not because of its height, but because of its grandeur. It's the New Brunswick Legislative Assembly building. With its distinctive dome and elegant classical architecture, it's the center of provincial government. Not far from the legislature, we can spot another historic gem, Christchurch Cathedral. Its stone spire is honestly one of the most recognizable features of the Fredericton skyline, but these aren't the only whispers of the past. Take a look at the layout of the streets in the oldest part of town, the rigid military-style grid. This was laid out by the United Empire Loyalists. Fredericton was, in its very origins, a planned capital, a city designed to be a bastion of loyalty and stability. We can still see the imprint of that original vision in the map of the streets below us. Even the names of the streets tell a story: Queen Street, King Street, Regent Street. They speak of a deep and long-lasting connection to the British monarchy. This history isn't just in books. It's written on the very landscape of the city. As we float above it, we're like readers of a great living historical document. The cathedral, the legislature, the old military square, the street names, they're all chapters in the story of Fredericton, a story of loyalty, of faith, of order, and of building a new society in this beautiful river valley. Let's shift our gaze just a bit to a gentle hill that rises up from the riverbank on the south side. Here, we see another collection of distinguished buildings nestled within a leafy campus. This is the University of New Brunswick. It's actually one of the oldest public universities in North America. Its presence has a profound influence on the life and culture of Fredericton. From above, it really looks like a village unto itself, a place of learning and discovery, looking out over the city and the river. The architecture here is a mix of old and new. You can spot the old red brick buildings from the 19th and early 20th centuries. They have a timeless academic feel. And then you also see modern structures of glass and steel. These are the buildings of science, technology, and innovation. The campus is like a living timeline of the university's growth and evolution. Dotted among the buildings are green spaces, sports fields, and winding pathways. During the school year, these paths would be bustling with students. But today, in the quiet of summer, it has a more contemplative, peaceful atmosphere. The university isn't an isolated island. It's deeply connected to the city. Many of its students and faculty live in the surrounding neighborhoods. Its research and its cultural events enrich the entire community. Fredericton is a government town, sure, but it's also very much a university town. This dual identity gives it a unique and dynamic character. The University of New Brunswick is more than just a collection of buildings on a hill. It's a vital organ of the city, a place where the future is being shaped every single day. As our journey continues, let's drift towards the edges of the city. Here, the ordered pattern of streets and neighborhoods starts to dissolve. It frays at the edges and gently merges with something much older and wilder, the Great Canadian Forest. From our vantage point, this transition is honestly fascinating to observe. The last streets of a subdivision give way to a dense, unbroken canopy of green. It's a reminder that this city, for all its order and culture, is an outpost, an island of human settlement in a vast sea of trees. This forest isn't uniform. It's a rich tapestry of different types of trees. We can see the dark green of the coniferous trees like pine and spruce. We can see the lighter, brighter green of the deciduous trees like maple and birch. In the autumn, this landscape would be transformed into a breathtaking spectacle of red, orange, and yellow. The forest isn't empty. It's teeming with life. The city exists in close proximity to this wildness. We can see how the city is growing. New roads and new houses are pushing out into the forest. But the process seems to be a gentle one. There are large areas of protected woodland and wetlands. There are green belts that act as buffers. There's an understanding here that the forest isn't something to be conquered. It's something to be lived with. This close connection to nature is a defining feature of life in Fredericton. A short drive or even a walk from almost any part of the city can take you into a place that feels completely wild and remote. This is the reality of New Brunswick. It's a forest province. The forest has always been a source of resources, of livelihood, and of recreation. For the people of Fredericton, it's their backyard. As we look down upon this boundary between the human world and the natural world, we see not a harsh line but a soft and gradual blending. It's a beautiful illustration of the balance that this city strives to maintain, a balance between progress and preservation, between community and wilderness. Our time in the sky is coming to an end. Let's begin a slow, gentle descent. As we get closer to the ground, the details of the city start to re-emerge. The tiny cars become recognizable vehicles. The rooftops resolve into individual shingles. The specks of people on the walking bridge become fellow human beings, just enjoying a beautiful summer day. The world that seemed like a living map is once again becoming a place of intimate personal scale. The quiet hum of the city's life begins to reach our ears again, but we're returning changed. We've seen Fredericton from a perspective that few ever get to experience. We've seen the grand patterns, the elegant design, the harmonious relationship between the city and the river. We've seen the green heart of the downtown, the quiet grace of the neighborhoods, and the historic landmarks that tell the city's story. We've seen how the bridges stitch the community together, and we've seen how the city itself is nestled within the vast protective embrace of the forest. It's a city of remarkable balance and understated beauty. Let the feeling of this journey stay with you. The feeling of calm, of gentle observation, the feeling of floating high above the world, free from its immediate demands. Fredericton has offered us a gift. It's shown us a way of life that's connected to nature, respectful of history, and focused on community. It's a reminder that a city doesn't need to be a place of stress and noise. It can be a place of peace and rejuvenation, a place where the human spirit can find space to breathe. As our feet metaphorically touch the ground, let's carry a little of Fredericton's peace with us. Let's remember the sweeping curve of the beautiful and bountiful river. Let's remember the canopy of trees that softens the urban landscape. Let's remember the feeling of looking down upon a community that's at peace with itself and with its surroundings. We came to the sky to explore a city. We returned to the ground feeling refreshed, and maybe just a little inspired by the simple, profound beauty of this special place on the banks of the St. John River.